Alright, so now that we've downloaded Fresh News Theme, let's do a little walkthrough of the way that the site looks now. And you'll notice too where this says test category, this used to be our navigation bar, and now our navigation bar is moved up here to the top, which I don't necessarily like. You can leave it like that, but I'm going to show you how to get rid of this. So it says home, home, it says contact, contact, privacy policy, find us, and blog. And then over here it's going to say subscribe, and these are both links to posts and comments. So what if we want to remove this? That's one thing that I'll show you how to do. Also, you'll notice that our header image and our header, the tagline as well, this changed and it turned into Fresh News Theme, and then it says just another classic magazine theme by Woo Themes. I'm going to change this as well. This search bar that's up in the header image, I'm going to get that out of there, and I'm going to put that down here as one of the widgets. This RSS feed is a dead giveaway that we're using Fresh News Theme. And of all the different Woo themes, Fresh News is the one that's got this circular RSS feed. So if you want to leave that there, we can always leave that. If you want, I'll show you how to remove that as well. And then this test category, we're going to make this bottom navigation bar your main navigation bar. Now, another thing that you're going to see is the test post and Hello World stayed the way that it was. These archives and categories and meta, they stayed the same as they were as well. And then you're also going to notice how the background of this test post is white, and the background of this archives widget over here is going to be a darker color. Now, with the different style sheets that Fresh News gives you, you're going to have control over a little bit of this, but I'm also going to show you a little bit of the coding to where you can really customize your site and make it look the way that you want. So for example, when I go to Virtual Nutrition and Fitness, there's no top navigation bar. This is actually going to be my navigation bar here. The background of the post is also the same background as the widgets over here. Where Let's Connect is in, like you'll see back on the site. Where is it? You see how it's kind of a darker color? It almost matches the background. Well, I was able to come in here and I can change this, the box that Let's Connect is in, to any color I want. I put my search bar down here. What else? This little RSS icon that was over here, this orange circular RSS icon, has been taken off and deleted. So let's go into the dashboard and let's do a little bit of changing over here. So you're going to scroll down to Fresh News, and you're going to notice that I have theme options, framework settings, SEO, all these different sub-menus. So let's just go ahead and click into Fresh News, and you'll see that those sub-menus got brought down here, but then you'll also see within theme options there's these sub-menus over here as well. So this is where we're going to be spending a lot of the time customizing the look and feel of our site. So from general settings, let's go ahead and go in here, and let's go to the theme style sheet is going to be set as default, which is going to be this I'd say this like a dark gray and this kind of like brown looking background. So let's go in here and let's say if we want to change this around, and let's do maybe white. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save changes, and that's going to be reflected over here on my site. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to refresh, and it's going to change everything to white. And let's say if we want to have a darker background, let's go to, alright, there's one that's black right there. Save changes. Go back to my site, refresh. Alright, so that gave me a nice looking gray and black background over here. So let's say if I want to come in and I want to do a little further customization from there as far as colors go. I can go to style options, the body background color. If I highlight this, or if I select that, and let's say if I move this down to like a gray, and I click on save changes. See, now that just made my whole background gray. And what that did also was that left the header intact, that left the post and the widget color intact as well. Now let's say if I want to come in and I want to change this background right here, instead of having these default style sheets, let's say if I go back into general settings and I go to cool, and I click on save all changes, I come back and I refresh. Alright, so what that did was that left this gray, but then that changed the top. And the way that that's going to work too is it left this white and this white, because that style sheet is going to leave the code as the post and my widgets are all going to be white. So let's say if I come in and I change it to, let's just go to something like brown, you're going to notice a few different things with this. I come in here and I refresh. Alright, so you'll see right there that that changed this header color to brown. My widgets over here turned into a brown. My test post and my Hello World post, this turned to like a light gray. And then my navigation bar right here is going to be kind of like a brown as well. So let's go back in, and you're going to choose one of the style sheets, whichever one you like, and then we're going to go in and we're going to customize from there. So let's just make this easy, and let's go to white, save all changes, refresh my site. And that's just going to make the entire page white so that I can customize it from there. So let's go ahead and change this background to, let's say, a dark blue. So I'm going to go into header options, the header top background. I'm going to come in, I'm going to move this down to a blue, and let's move this over to, let's just choose that. So this color right here is going to be the code for that. I'm going to copy that and do the header background color as well. Paste that in there so they're going to be the same color, and then I click Save Changes. Come back in, refresh, and you can see how my top header and my header bar turned into this blue right here. Now let's say if I want to get Fresh News theme off of there and I want to change it back to the actual title of my site and with my tagline. So I can always come in here and I can create a custom logo and I can upload that. But since we haven't done that yet, let's just go ahead and get the name of our site and our tagline back on. Where it says text title, I'm going to go ahead and select that, and it's going to make a drop down. And it's also going to say the site description, which is selected as well. And that's going to be my tagline. So let's say if I come back in and I go Save Changes and I refresh my site, this Fresh News theme is going to disappear. And you can see how the title of my site as well as my tagline have been inserted here. Now, I really don't like the color of this blue, so let's go ahead and go back into the dashboard and let's change this maybe to like a black. So I'm going to go into styling options, header options, I'm sorry, and let's click in here. Black's going to be 60, so I'm going to go ahead and move it down there, copy this, paste that in here, go ahead and click Save Changes. Back to my site, refresh, and you're going to see how this changed it to a nice comfortable black. Now another thing, this top navigation bar right here, since my style sheet is selected to white, the text up here is going to be black. So if I scroll over, that's the only way you're going to see this, because the black blends in with the top header black background. So let's say if I come back in and I go back to my general settings and I go from the white style sheet to a black style sheet, save changes, and I come in here and refresh, that should be white. There you go. Now you can see how this turned white. Alright, so go on into your dashboard and manipulate a lot of these colors, change it around, make it the way that you want it to look and feel. And then we're going to come back and we're going to go over a little bit more of the customization of your site.